victories, with 1 defeat and 1 draw. 13 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, Elvis, the Dominican Kid Rodriguez!
Gentlemen, you both have your instructions. The better commands, protect yourselves on all sides, all right? Right here, we're going to call on the letters here. We're going to call on the letters here. Step it up, let's go to work.
All right, Tim, we talked about how this is going to be a round robin of the best 140 pounders that Top Rank has on their stable, but there's 6 degrees of separation because Kendo Castaneda beat or lost to Yomar Alamo, who was just in the fight against Tiger Johnson. And now he's in this ring against Elvis Rodriguez. So,
big vortex. This is ugly. All right, Elvis, Southpaw. Had a little scared in his last fight.
they did. Got dropped in the first round.
Exactly. Got hit with a big shot. You know, when instances, things happen like that, you got to go back to the drawing board. The most important thing is to find out why and how you got hit with that shot. But also, you learn a little bit about yourself because he was able to get up off that canvas and send his opposition to the canvas and win that fight decisively. So he gained some experience and knowledge, and he now should believe in his chin and in his skills.
And they were frustrated, both Elvis and Freddie, because he said, man, that's the punch we worked on the entire camp, not getting caught by the right hand, and that's what ended up catching us.
Well, right out the gate, I can tell you why he got hit with it. Just look at his positioning of his guards. He continues to drop them. Gets in this little rhythm, and you see that backhand continues to drop over and over and over. And you can be timed, you know, especially he was stepping back out of range, and he dropped that backhand, and he got clipped right on the temple, you know, which took his legs. But he recovered quickly, man, and he was able to deliver his own knockout with his beautiful right hook.
We talked about the hunger of wanting to be a fighter, and we saw Yomar Alamo give Tiger Johnson all he could handle. Well, Kendo Castaneda's got a similar story. He works for FedEx. He gets up for the 3:30 a.m. shift to 8 a.m. Then goes to the gym from 9 to noon, does conditioning in the evening, and, you know, we've seen him multiple times. We've seen him in the bubble. We've seen him out there in Texas, and this young man, he's going to try to give Elvis a testament.
Again, the style that Elvis had problems with when he lost was a boxing style. You know, Castaneda, he's not the most tremendous boxer, sweetest boxer, but he can box, and he can switch southpaw. Very well knowledgeable inside the ring in tactics and with his technique. You see him right now landing that right hand. That's the punch you want to land against a southpaw. Getting that lead foot outside the lead foot of the southpaw to be able to line up your backhand, and vice versa for the southpaw as well. But that's how you eat. You eat with the right hands against southpaws, and you see him going right to it. Nice left hand right down the middle. And the thing that I liked about that shot that Elvis just threw, he threw it at the chest. He didn't throw it at the head.
You were mentioning that right hand that Kendo throws, especially when your opponent was dropped by a right hand in his last fight. You want to take him right back to that place and put him on alert. All right, first round in the books. Up next, it'll be Floyd Cash Floyd Diaz, the undefeated bantamweight, carries 4 straight decision wins into this fight, but he sees all those rounds as great experience that he'll be able to apply moving forward.
Tonight I plan on doing what I...
Bradley here.
He finally got his priorities in check.
There you
go.
go.
Getting your hair did, 4 hours
Go train in the gym for 4 hours.
Man, exactly. You know? Through life, man, we change, man. We evolve over time.
And he just survived. He, his girlfriend, and his trainer survived a bad accident out there in Mexico after his girlfriend's last fight, Zarina McCoy, and we'll talk about that story later on. In the fight, suffered a concussion in June, and here he is fighting for another victory as a pro, 12-0 with 3 knockouts. Cashflow Diaz. You won't want to miss his performance tonight. He'll be taking on Mario Hernandez out of Santa Ana, California.
So you can see the experience of Rodriguez. Very patient in his approach. You know, he doesn't waste shots. He doesn't like to waste punches. Very calculated.
Kendo just walking straight in behind that jab.
Yeah, but he got to be careful. That line, he's walking right into that backhand. You can tell. Elvis right now just trying to find his timing. Castaneda's, he's coming in, he's getting out of range, coming in, he's making it difficult for Rodriguez to be able to calculate the distance. Oh, no, he should attempted the right hook, the lead right hook, just off the mark.
A moment ago, Steve Willis, the third man in the ring, admonished both fighters to watch their feet because they're fighting for that
Foot side position, yeah, lead for dominance. Nice shot right there. Here you see Castaneda going right to the southpaw stance. And the reason why he went southpaw is because he found himself starting to get time. Rodriguez was getting closer and closer with those shots, and he said, you know what, let me change up a little bit. Let me go southpaw. Let me see if I can do something from this angle.
Doesn't that put him closer to the power left, though?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Most times when guys are able to switch, they think it's a great thing. Sometimes it can work against you. You know, it confuses your defensive system. Oh, he got hurt with that. You see him with the left hand, again, when that left hand landed right there, it's a split second. It's like you're out of your body, like you're not there, like time freezes when you get hit with shots like that. And then you wake up.
Guess what? I don't know.
I'm telling you,
I believe you. I'm gonna take your word for it.
I've had many times in fights where I get froze for just a split second in real time, man. And I say to myself, woo, I'm glad I didn't get hit with another shot after that.
Seconds.
Here with the woo-woo.
Time.
I don't know, man. It's kind of too flashy for me, bro. I like to just stay simplicity, stay simple. You know, that's too flashy.
You talk about simple? How about coming in through that building, just break everywhere, old school New York City building, and then he comes in here, and when Vito Mielnicki makes his way out to the ring, half of Jersey's gonna be here cheering him
Oh
on.
my goodness, I know. Good looking kid, great size, you know, for the weight class, good punching power, good skill.
He's jabbing right to the body there from Elvis Rodriguez.
Look, Castaneda is the type of fighter, again, that if you allow him to get comfortable, if you allow him to gain confidence, he can be a sore thumb. You know, it's the third round right now. And now you're starting to see Elvis starting to pick it up.
I was thinking
That's good.
instead of him being uncomfortable with Castaneda can't find his comfort zone because Elvis is working very smart here through the first 3 rounds.
And he's not leaving himself open either. See the defense of Elvis.
Nice combination there from Rodriguez. Good defense though from Kendo Castaneda, keeping his defensive responsibility at the max because he understands the power that Elvis brings with 13 knockouts and 16 wins. Nice left, throwaway left, and then a short right hook from Elvis.
Absolutely. Both those shots are hard. Usually with combinations, you might get the second shot, it's the hardest shot, but both those punches were solid punches from Elvis. And when you start blocking shots and deflecting shots, it's important for you to react. It's important for you to punch back, you know, because if you don't, if your opposition gets wind of that and he starts to let his hands go and you don't react to anything, you don't punch in between, then you allow him to mount an attack. One, it's going to reflect on the scorecards for sure. And he might get something through on you.
Another right hand and then follows it up with a right to the body. So good combination punching now from Elvis is starting to put that together.
You can tell Castaneda's overpowered. In a sense, as far as the power of punching goes, you see every time Elvis throws a punch, Castaneda has to respect it. He's keeping those hands high and tucked.
He has a 4-inch reach advantage on top of the physical size difference that we've seen that favors Elvis Rodriguez here as he goes downstairs once again with the right.
It's good body work, which is going to eventually open up the head.
Nice.
For 10 rounds.
And they just line. So that's why you saw the heads collide right there.
Made me think of you and Manny Pacquiao as I was reading the Freddie Roach Notable Fighter Strength 15-plus champions, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao among them, and you fought against him 3 times.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao, definitely all-time great, in my opinion. Top 10, one of the best fighters of all time. Shared the ring with him. Very, man, the strongest fighter I've ever been in the ring with. But that goes to show you how talented Floyd Mayweather was. He's also one of those all-time great legends also.
Elvis Rodriguez trying to prove that he deserves to be in the conversation for a world title opportunity. Ranked number 8 by the IBF. See, and real quick,
Go ahead.
Elvis Rodriguez is a Dominican fighter. There's Dominican fans here, and you know what they were just chanting? What? Polanco.
Oh. They saying Polanco gonna eat him. Hey, Polanco's a bad boy, man. He really is. He impressed me tonight. I just would like to see him put that chin down, tuck that chin. He has his chin up in the air all the time. He fights out of that Philly shell, that Mayweather, I would say Mayweather shell. But he gotta tuck that chin, man. Keep that behind his shoulder at least. But you saw a big miss upstairs from Elvis Rodriguez.
Yeah, big miss there.
One thing, see, and he went to the body there. Yes, that's excellent. And you see how it got Castaneda's attention. But one thing you can learn from one of the pound-for-pound best fighters of this generation, Canelo Alvarez, is that you don't always have to swing for the head. Fighters need to start swinging for the shoulders. And you break those shoulders down, break those arms down. So that way it doesn't allow them to use it. You take it away from them. That's what's brilliant about Canelo Alvarez in his setup.
Callum, he broke all this stuff up. His biceps. He tore his biceps with punches.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about taking somebody's weapons away tactically.
Yeah.
He did it physically. Took his hand away from him.
But it's a tactic as well.
Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of fighters using that in their arsenal. I don't see it. It's not pronounced like Canelo Alvarez the way he does it. But I ain't gonna lie, if I was fighting again, I'll be banging the crap out of my opponent's shoulders.
They say hit him anywhere. Sometimes you just hit him anywhere.
Done sucking.
Right there at his 10th of his 4th round for Elvis Rodriguez.
Time.
Hearing somebody, oh, he went to the body, it hooks to the side, to the ribs, to the spleen, or to the liver, right? But when you see these punches from Elvis Rodriguez, describe what those stabbing shots feel like.
You really want to know?
Yeah.
You know, like when you gotta go to the bathroom?
I've heard that.
That's what exactly what it feels. Like you gotta go to the restroom. I mean, it depends on where it lands. If it lands in your solar plex, you can barely breathe. Shortness of breath. You know, it lands around the flanks. You know, you're able to take it, but you sooner or later, like a few rounds, you're like, man, why does my legs feel like they're draining? I feel like I have no strength in my legs. That's what body shots do.
That's how I feel from carrying you sometimes, Tim. My legs start to hurt. I mean, Kendo has to start creating opportunities for himself. We're in the 5th round, Tim, and it's been all Elvis in control.
Yeah, because the defense of Elvis is tight. It's hard to really penetrate that defense of him. And then when he's reacting and when he decides to punch, they're heavy shots. So Castaneda has to respect it, just like that left hand right there. But what I want to see Elvis do is start to put 2-3 punches together. These 1 or 2 punches at a time. Or put combinations together. But that requires him to pick up his feet and move forward. Elvis has to get used to picking up his feet. People understand how hard it is to be a power puncher and also be able to move your feet like Marquez, who can move his feet, who can close the distance on you, who can chase you around the ring and still be explosive.
And Castaneda switched southpaw, and there was a short right hand from Elvis Rodriguez. He said, you might want to rethink this southpaw stance against me. There's the peak, Tim.
Yeah, you can quickly get reminded. But again, you see Elvis right there pick up his feet right there. But again, power punchers, they like to have balance, great balance. And a lot of times they won't throw if they're not on balance. And that was a attempt there.
Oh, that's right, uppercut there.
There it is.
Elvis Rodriguez finally pouring it on.
Again, just watch his feet, how he slides along the canvas. They like to have their feet planted underneath him. That's a good combination right there. He hurt him with that shot. You saw it. You see the tree action. Yeah,
Castaneda, all the way back, trying to find refuge against the rope. And that's where now Rodriguez needs to make him pay for being up against those ropes, like he does there with the right to the spleen.
Man, Rodriguez, he's missing a shot. I like the 2 punches downstairs, but give me that uppercut upstairs.
And you see the cut over the right eye, or the left eye of Kendo Castaneda.
Castaneda's game. He's definitely game.
Second.
He's game because Rodriguez is missing that third follow-up shot.
That was an attempt right there. Uppercut.
Time.
Good follow-up. A miss. However, that uppercut, again, what he did was he came around, got that hand to push outward, and then he came right up the middle. Man, that uppercut. And he opened that shot up. That was great.
The reaction begins. A referee in charge, Christoph Champion.
They actually did a really good job there. Trainer Ronnie Cantu and Captain Jairo Castaneda, who's Kendo's brother, in terms of stopping the blood. But as soon as it gets hit, it's going to start flowing again.
Yeah, all they use is Adrenaline 1000. That's all they use. Adrenaline 1000.
Like straight left. Elvis. You see now the momentum turning towards Elvis, going downhill and just punishing Kendo.
Yeah, but you got Castaneda right now. Again, showing his heart. And he's hiding right now what he doesn't want Elvis to find out. So he's fighting against it. He's making sure Elvis don't get to him. So he's being more aggressive just to bag off Elvis.
And he doesn't want Elvis to see just how big that cut is.
Or see that weakness, sense weakness.
Nice shot from Elvis Rodriguez. This time was a left to the solar plexus. We talked about Castaneda having heart. I mean, that's why he continues to fight here on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, because you know what you're going to get. You're going to get resistance. You're going to get a fighter who is tough, who can take a shot. Through 6 rounds, it's been all Elvis Rodriguez, but Kendo standing there.
You see the lead eye. It's the right eye of Elvis. Got a little mouse on the side of it. I don't know if that's from a head clash or maybe from the left hand, the lead hand of Castaneda. A little information and started to recognize it now. And both eyes actually trying to puff up a bit.
The right is worse than the left, so Kendo came to fight.
He always comes to fight. Just has a hard time winning these type of fights.
Losses by stoppage against Antonio Moran in 10. Fuga, the Mexican
Heavy shots.
hard out.
Second.
He's taken every shot that Elvis Rodriguez has been able to land.
Time.
Joe Record, he comes to fight and he comes to win. He is playing with house money tonight, and Shushu definitely gonna have his hands full against the guy.
Don't want to count out the underdog. In this same building, he proved what he was capable of doing, and you do not want to overlook him. And Shushu said, look guys, other people may be overlooking, but I was in the building when he did what he did against the man whose only loss was to Emmanuel Navarrete and who had 3 amateur wins against the fighter the caliber of Shakur Stevenson. That is who Sagawa beat inside the ring as a pro.
Man, I want to give a shout out, man. I know my guys, they watching right now. They watch every broadcast, Boxing Gyms. My man Ryan, the whole family, the whole nation, man. What's going on? You guys supporting me. Appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. Educating the fans.
Rodriguez using his hands to set up his fists. Body work over Castaneda.
Castaneda slowing the pace down just with pressure. You know, Rodriguez needs to get on his jab, start throwing more combinations. If he wants to get this stoppage, it's not going to be about one punch. Castaneda's not that guy. He needs to put punches to bunches, 2s and 3s together, 3s and 4s together. Let his hands go.
Cannelo's only been stopped twice in 6 professional losses.
See, just 1-2 shots. Give me a little bit more. Come underneath, come around. You got to surprise him with shots. Not shots that he can see, but shots that he don't see.
They change the tempo. No,
yes.
Talk about guys like becoming predictable.
You know what happens? Some fighters we'll get used. This is my guy right there. Them eyes, boy, you better stop. That's my guy.
10 seconds.
Steve Willis, man. Love him. Very animated. He's a meme. Hell yeah.
Time.
If someone has fun refereeing a fight, it's Steve Willis. And he's good at what he does.
And he stays out of the way. Look at him. He doesn't intervene.
And you know what? Like, look at his energy. Just chill. Like, a lot of referees are running around the ring, you know, trying to find position. And he's like, I'm just going to stroll my way into a good position, stay out of your way, stay out of Aladdin's way as he's trying to correct.
Yep.
10 seconds.
Shushu Carrington opens up our ESPN broadcast at 10:30. He's with Mark Regal in the locker room.
Time.
He knows that Brownsville swagger, Tim, that you mentioned. Andre Ward always mentions, man, when you were in the amateurs, you fighting a kid from this area, you're like, oh man, they got an attitude about that.
Attitude, swagger, they can all fight. They box very well. Yeah, you knew you were in a fight. You matched up with them. For sure.
Round 8 of a scheduled 10-round fight. Elvis Rodriguez could be pitching a shutout here against Kendo Castaneda. He cannot get complacent, though, against the dangerous fighter out of San Antonio, Texas. He started boxing at age 10, followed his brother to the gym, Tim. Then he would take 3 buses to the West Side Gym, had 115 amateur fights in Kendo Castaneda, so he's always had the hunger to become a fighter.
And he also had the hunger for his mother projected that he was going to be when he was a young kid. She told him that he was going to be trained by Freddie Roach. They went into the store, they saw Freddie and Manny Pacquiao on the shirt. The mom bought the shirt, told him to his face at a young age and said, hey, one day he's going to be your trainer.
And now Elvis Rodriguez is in the corner with Freddie Roach. For now, he's in the center of the ring alone against Kendo Castaneda. And the pace is really slowed down. And you mentioned that Castaneda was bringing that pace down.
Step back. Step back.
That combination. It's like when people start to wave at Dodger Stadium. Stop it.
No, you know what, man? Polanco tonight was, I'm telling you, look up, I mean, out of all the rest of the 140-pounders, I think Polanco is serious.
I would have that conversation.
I wouldn't mind seeing Polanco against this man right here. Let's see what he can do against this.
Polanco sitting there watching the fight.
It can be. I mean, it can be a fight. That top-ranking dude. Sure.
And you see Elvis kind of dig with that right hook, and he's digging from the mouth. Maybe that shot woke up Elvis Rodriguez, and he wants to get Kendo out of here.
Nah, you know what it was? I think me saying Polanco here.
You got that kind of power, my friend.
Yeah, Elvis, I don't know if he got hit with big shots tonight.
10 seconds.
But his face is swelling a lot. I mean, some fighters have really sensitive skin.
Time.
Be sneezing and blowing out like that because it will swell your eyes. If he's going to stop this man right here, everything doesn't always have to be hard. I understand you're in the hurt business, you want to hurt your opponents. However, you can slow the pace down, you can start touching your opposition, just placing shots. He has heavy enough hands to be able to land shots and set up other shots off of him.
Yeah, Freddie Roach did send him out.
But again, every shot is the same, and fighters, we get used to the same resistance. Even the punch resistance you can get used to. You can almost feel or anticipate which punch he's going to be loading up with next. Castaneda, if you want to hurt him, you got to hit him with something he's not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, but it's been the same rhythm from Elvis Rodriguez, and I think that's what we talked about. What makes fighters special is when they have the capacity to switch their pace up, to pick it up at certain moments, to switch the cadence of their punches. And Elvis is very predictable here. He's been that way since round one.
And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not even afraid that he's down.
10 seconds.
You know, he's winning this fight without a doubt. And we just pick it. However, it will help him if he was to learn a little bit more from that aspect you just talked about.
Yeah, but we talked about how this is going to be a comparison of these three fighters at 140 pounds. Rohan Polanco, head and shoulders above in his performance from what we saw compared to Tiger Johnson and what we're seeing from Elvis Rodriguez.
Time.
It's Elvis Rodriguez,
And
who has
the
been
final round
dominant
scored such a
in this fight so far.
scorecard time.
They see themselves in the rankings, and I know I'm number this, I'm number that, and I should get a title shot, I need a title shot, and they trying to rush the process, right? But what they need to understand is that your rankings or your performance have to match your rankings.
Right.
I don't care if you rank number 3, it still don't match your performance. Rankings, again, overnight, I was number 15 overnight. I became number 2 in the division. How? A little bit of money, that's it. You know, rankings is when you have a talented guy, you have a promotional company that is, you know, in bed with the ranking or the sanctioning body, and that's the way you're able to get ranked. Yes, they give you credit on the type of fighters you face. However, you can move easily to the number 1 spot. Easily. Without fighting anybody.
Nice combination here by Elvis Rodriguez. But no finishing instinct so far.
But the point I'm making, Nardo, is that show us why you deserve the type of fight. Show us. Against this competition, you have to dominate. And if you dominate this competition, they got to step you up in the class. You dominate that competition. Then they have to step you up in class. And by that time, now they're saying, you ready for a championship. That's how it goes.
Yeah, you know, you talk about fighters losing rankings. Floyd Cashflow Diaz went from ranked 25th in his 11th fight. After his 12th pro fight, he was dropped to number 27. So it can regress if your performance is not on par with what is expected of you as that ranked fighter. But there's guys who give resistance, and Kendall Castaneda, you got to give him all the credit in the world. He and his corner could have called this fight off a long time ago, just based on that nasty cut that he suffered in the 5th round, Tim, and yet here he is showing his courage, his heart, showing his stepdaughter what it's about in terms of fighting through adversity.
Yes, ring IQ. Yeah. You have the tactics, he has some good technique, he has experience as well. He knows when to do certain things, he knows how to hide inside that ring.
10 seconds.
As well, can take a big shot. Absolutely.
Decision time.
And over.
Mark Constantino
Segway
and
Mike.
Tony Paolillo both have it 100-90. Glenn Feldman scores it 99-91. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Elvis.
No!